and welcome to JavaScript in less than 3, where I describe JavaScript concepts in under 3 minutes. Today we're going to have a look at objects. Now, objects are similar to arrays in that they hold a set of values or a list of values, right? The difference is that with an object, we can give each value or each item a label of some sorts, and this label is called a key. So every time in an object we have what's called a key value pair, and that means key is like the label to this thing and the value is what is inside it. Yeah, so let's actually have a look at an example of an array and how we can make this into a much more useful object. So here we've got let shopping list equals bread, coffee, bananas, milk. Very simple. So here, we only really need an array, right? Because it's just 4 items. It's pretty clear what they are, while we're going with it. But let's say we want to separate this out into different sections of the supermarket so that we can more smoothly glide through with our shopping trolley and get what we need. So let complex list equal. All right, now I'm only going to use these 4 items again, but imagine that this list is dozens long. Right? Imagine there's a lot of things here. So let's say firstly we'll say fresh, okay, and then we use a colon. Yes, this is saying label is fresh, yeah, and then we're going to say bananas, because that's where the bananas are found, in the fresh fruit section. Yeah, then we've got, let's say dairy, and then we can say milk. And then we'll say other, and we'll put 2 items in there, so we'll use an array, and we'll say bread, coffee. So now I can plot my way through and I can look at each of these, but how do I know? How do I know what's in each section, right? To access the inside of this object, right? We've got this key. This is the key, fresh, and this is the value, bananas. So let's have a look at that. We can do it 2 ways. We can say let fresh food equal, and then we'll do complex list dot fresh. That is one way. The other way is to do complex list, square brackets, and then fresh, like this. Yeah. So majority of the time, if you know what the name of the key is, you'll be using dot notation. There'll be a lot more detail on this in another video, but these are the absolute basics of what an object is. Key value pairs that allow you to list things out. I will say that this square bracket becomes very useful in future, but I would say when you're first starting, it's more useful to use this. And you can also do things just before I go. All right, let's get the second item in this complex list. Complex list dot other, and now because we know it's an array and we want to get the second item, we use 1, and that will give us coffee. So this is some way in which you can use and stack objects and arrays together.